Today we're talking about why you need to be super careful when buying a flipped home. Now, I'm not saying that all flipped homes are bad. Some are done really well. But as a real estate agent here in Rochester, New York, I've seen behind the walls, literally, and I've helped buyers avoid some very expensive mistakes. Now, if you're moving in 3 days, 3 months, or 3 years, give me a call or shoot me a text. So if this is your first time buying a home or relocating to Rochester or just making a smart investment, stick around till the end because what I'm about to share could save you thousands and thousands of dollars and a lot of stress. Now, what is a flipped home? Let's talk about the definition. So a flipped home is typically purchased by an investor, renovated quickly, and then back on the market, usually within a few months for a profit. Now, on the surface, flips are very attractive because they have new kitchens or freshly painted ones, updated bathrooms, fresh paint, new flooring, modern finishes. But here's the key that buyers need to understand. Flippers don't actually live in the home. Their goal is speed and profit, and they don't want to hold the property for months on end because it costs them money. So that creates a risk for you as a buyer to be aware of. Let's talk about bad or rushed workmanship. One of the biggest red flags with flipped homes is poor workmanship because renovations are done fast, corners are often cut, and some common things I see in Rochester flipped homes are uneven and improperly installed flooring, cabinets that aren't actually secured or secured correctly to the kitchen walls, bad tile work with poor spacing and cracking, and you definitely don't want that, especially in your shower area, because you could pull all that out and then behind it there's no moisture barrier, which is a bad thing in the shower. Cheap materials used in high wear areas, electrical outlets that are installed correctly or not the right type. You need to have tamper resistant now, which are code. And here's the tricky part. Everything looks great during the showing, but cosmetic upgrades can hide deeper problems. Fresh drywall, fresh paint can cover up foundation cracks, water damage, mold issues, plumbing that wasn't replaced. So let's talk about seller disclosures. Since the seller has never lived in the house, they really don't have firsthand experience about what's going on in the home. Now, in New York State, sellers are required to disclose known defects, but here's the catch. Flippers don't know what's wrong with the house. They didn't live there. They didn't experience the basement leaking during heavy rain, the heating issues in January, the drafty windows in the wintertime, sewers backing up, noisy plumbing. So disclosures on a flipped home often say something like, seller has never occupied the property. That should immediately signal to the buyer that you're taking on more of the unknowns. Now, one thing that buyers typically don't think to ask is, was there a tenant before the flipper bought the house? In some cases, flippers purchase rental properties and have to evict tenants. Now, buying properties with problem tenants already inside can be an issue, and unfortunately, not all tenant situations end peacefully. So I've seen situations where you have disgruntled tenants, they damage the plumbing, the appliances are intentionally broken, the walls were damaged, wiring is tampered with, all sorts of different things. And once again, fresh renovations can hide those issues just long enough for the sale to close. So let's talk about permits, or I should say lack of them. This is a huge one because especially in Monroe County and the surrounding Rochester suburbs, many flipped homes have work done without proper permits. That might include electrical upgrades, plumbing changes, structural modifications, basement finishing. Why does this matter? Because if work wasn't permitted, it may not meet code. You could be responsible for correcting it later, and it can create issues when you go to sell. As a buyer, you should always ask, were there permits pulled? Can we verify them with the town or the city? Let's talk about and focus on the cosmetics, not the systems. So flippers tend to focus on what sells, and it's the motion, the kitchens, the bathrooms, the flooring, the paint. They all look amazing, right? But what about the mechanics, the roof age, furnace, AC, electrical panel, sewer lines, foundation? I've seen flipped homes in Rochester with brand new kitchens, the 30-year-old furnace, outdated electrical panels, clay sewer lines about to fail. Those aren't sexy upgrades, but they're expensive ones. Now, I just offered on a home that was flipped and the seller wants $300,000. This home had terrible workmanship, sloppy paint job, light switches that didn't even do anything. There was a light that stayed on all the time in the kitchen. I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. I told my buyers beware and definitely recommended an inspection on this one. However, the seller isn't budging on price, and it's been sitting for 40 days in a market here in Rochester where homes are selling like hotcakes in less than 8 days on the market. Don't buy homes like these. Why basements deserve extra scrutiny in flipped homes. So let's talk about this. One area I really want buyers to pay close attention to is in a flipped home, especially if the basement, there's moisture problems. There can be a lot of problems hidden behind the cosmetic upgrades. I get concerned when I see fresh drywall, new paint, bright lighting, maybe even a brand new flooring, but cosmetic upgrades in basements can hide some serious expensive issues. So let's break down exactly what could be lurking behind those fresh walls. Foundation cracks hidden by finishing. In Rochester, many homes have foundations, block foundations, or older poured concrete foundations. Now, foundation cracks are not uncommon, but they can matter. So in flipped homes, I often see drywall installed directly over the foundation walls. Now, walls should never, ever, ever, ever be adhered directly to a foundation wall. There should be a space for moisture control and airflow, with recommendations varying from a half inch, but I would say even allow more, like 6 to 8 inches for a best practice. The more, the better. Framing built in front of cracks. You've got paint used to seal or mask previous repair attempts. The problem is you can't see what's happening behind the walls, and if we can't see it, the inspector can't see it either. A crack might even worsen over time, allow water intrusion, indicate shifting or settling, and once that basement is finished, repairs become that much more expensive. And everything needs to be torn out. So let's talk about water damage and basement moisture issues. Basements in Rochester deal with a lot. We get heavy rain, we get snow melt, high water tables, and older drainage systems. So water intrusion is one of the most common issues in basements I see. Now that's why I love to see homes after it's poured or is currently pouring. In flips, water problems are often handled by cosmetic painting over the walls so you can't see the stains anymore, installing new drywall where moisture damage existed, or adding flooring without addressing the drainage problem, and then using dehumidifiers in showings to hide the dampness and the smell. But here's the things buyers need to understand. Just because it's dry during your showing doesn't mean that it will stay dry. You might not see water issues until first big rain, the spring thaw, a power outage when the sump pump fails, and once drywall and flooring get wet, you're looking at mold, rot, complete basement tear out. I've seen it a lot of basement remodels, and if you buy a home, wait at least a year to finish the basement to see if your new home has passed the water test issue. Now, old plumbing that was never replaced. Let's talk about that. Another huge issue. You might see brand new bathrooms or a new laundry area, a new utility sink area, but behind the walls could still be the old cast iron drain lines, galvanized pipe, aging sewer connections, and in some flips, plumbing is patched and not replaced, tied into old systems, installed without permits. And that means problems like slow drainage, sewer backups, corrosion, leaky pipes. And trust me, a sewer issue in a finished basement is a nightmare. So how do you protect yourself from all of this? If you are considering a flipped home, here's how to protect yourself. Get an agent that knows all about homes inside and out. I have renovated many homes and know what to look for. Offer with home inspections right now are tricky, I'm not gonna lie. If you are competing, it's very difficult to get the offer accepted. Not impossible, but very difficult, as homes are selling like hotcakes, less than 8 days. If you can get one and you want one, that's awesome. Ask about permits. Those can be obtained from the town. Review disclosures carefully, although buyers beware, sellers are not always truthful. So buying a flipped home can be a great opportunity, but only if you go in with your eyes wide open. If you were thinking about buying a home in Rochester, New York, and you want help evaluating whether a flipped home is actually a good deal, I'd love to help you. Reach out by email, text me, or book a Zoom call. I'd love to see you face to face. The link is in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe, Living in Rochester, New York, for honest advice about buying and selling homes in our market. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take a look at how to spot a bad house in 60 seconds. Have a great day.